Have you ever found yourself alone, grappling with the feeling of loneliness? It's a sensation that many of us are familiar with, yet few truly understand the transformative power that lies within those quiet moments spent in solitude. Often, we perceive solitude as something to be avoided, something that makes us feel disconnected from the world. However, when approached with intention and a willingness to reflect, solitude can be a powerful catalyst for personal growth, self-discovery, and even profound transformation. Before we dive into the key insights of this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming content on personal development, self-mastery, and the art of living. Now let's explore how you can harness the power of solitude to truly transform your life, the ancient wisdom of solitude. To begin with, let's take a step back and consider the wisdom of ancient traditions. Throughout history, many cultures have recognized the value of solitude. For instance, the Zhongnan Mountains in China's Shanxi province have served as a sanctuary for Taoist hermits for over 2,000 years. These individuals sought refuge from society, not only to pursue spiritual enlightenment, but also to distance themselves from the distractions and constraints of worldly life. By choosing solitude, these hermits gained access to a deeper, more fulfilling world, one that allowed them to connect with themselves in ways that the bustling society around them could never offer. This concept of retreating into solitude is not unique to Taoism. We see similar practices across different cultures and religions. Consider the Christian desert mothers, like Syncletica of Alexandria, who left the city to spend the rest of her life in a crypt. Or think of Hindu philosopher Ramana Maharshi, who meditated for years in a temple, or Rabbi Yosef Yozel Horowitz, who spent years in seclusion to deepen his spiritual understanding. What all these figures had in common was their recognition of solitude as a path to greater self-knowledge and spiritual awakening. But why is solitude so powerful? Why did these individuals choose to isolate themselves from society? The answer lies in the very nature of solitude itself. When we are alone, free from external distractions, we are given the opportunity to turn inward. It is in this inward journey that we discover the true essence of who we are. Solitude as a path to self-knowledge. When most people think about self-knowledge, they often consider surface-level traits or characteristics that define their personality. Statements like, "I am a confident person," or "I have a great sense of humor." But true self-knowledge goes much deeper. It involves understanding the underlying thoughts, emotions, and motivations that drive our behavior. This level of self-awareness is not easily achieved in the noisy, fast-paced world in which we live. In solitude, however, we have the space and quietude to observe ourselves more clearly. This is a concept deeply embedded in Buddhist philosophy. The Buddha taught that all that we are is the result of what we have thought. Our thoughts shape our reality, and by gaining control over our thoughts, we can gain control over our experience of life. But how do we achieve this control? Through self-knowledge. When we are alone, we can sit with our thoughts and emotions, exploring their origins without the distraction of others. We can ask ourselves, what causes me to feel this way? Or, what is the root of my anxieties? By doing so, we begin to uncover the deeper layers of our psyche. This process of self-examination can be uncomfortable, as it often involves confronting aspects of ourselves that we would rather ignore. However, it is through this discomfort that true transformation occurs. For example, consider the mechanism of addiction. Addiction is a powerful form of seeking pleasure to escape the discomfort of the present moment. An addict turns to their substance of choice, not because they enjoy it, but to numb the pain they are feeling. In solitude, we can begin to identify the thoughts and emotions that drive such behavior. We can observe the negative self-talk that perpetuates the cycle of addiction and, through this awareness, begin to break free from it, letting go of fixed views and groupthink. Another significant benefit of solitude is its ability to free us from the constraints of groupthink and fixed ideologies. In our daily lives, we are constantly bombarded with opinions, beliefs, and ideas from those around us. These ideas are often reinforced by the media we consume and the social circles we belong to, creating echo chambers where our existing views are continually validated. However, when we spend time alone, we are given the chance to step back and question these beliefs. We can reflect on whether the ideas we hold truly align with our personal experiences and values, or if they are simply the product of external influences. This process of reflection can be incredibly liberating, as it allows us to break free from the collective mindset and develop our own independent perspective. A compelling example of this can be seen in the movie American History X. The protagonist, Derek Vinyard, is a neo-Nazi who, after being sentenced to prison for voluntary manslaughter, is forced into solitude. During this time, he begins to question the ideologies that once defined his life. His isolation from the white supremacist group he once belonged to, combined with his growing friendship with an African-American inmate, leads him to a profound transformation. He realizes the flaws in his previous beliefs and, as a result, becomes a completely different person. Solitude gives us the space to reflect on our beliefs in a similar way. It allows us to question the ideologies we have taken for granted and explore new ideas that may challenge our existing worldview. By doing so, we open ourselves up to growth and transformation that would not be possible within the confines of groupthink. Embracing self-sufficiency. In addition to fostering self-knowledge and freeing us from groupthink, solitude also teaches us the value of self-sufficiency. In our modern world, we are often overly dependent on others for our sense of happiness and fulfillment. We seek validation from our peers, rely on social interactions to feel connected, and turn to others for support in times of need. While human connection is essential, an over-reliance on others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and helplessness when we are alone. Solitude provides an opportunity to cultivate self-sufficiency by learning to rely on ourselves for emotional and mental well-being. When we spend time alone, we are forced to confront our thoughts and feelings without the distraction of others. This can be challenging, especially for those who are accustomed to constant social interaction. However, it is through this process that we learn to become comfortable in our own company. Poet Fernando Pessoa once wrote, "Freedom is the possibility of isolation. You are free if you can withdraw from people, not having to seek them out for the sake of money, company, love, glory, or curiosity, none of which can thrive in silence and solitude. If you can't live alone, you were born a slave." This quote captures the essence of true self-sufficiency, the ability to find contentment and fulfillment within oneself without needing external validation. By embracing solitude, we can begin to develop this sense of self-sufficiency. We learn to appreciate our own company, to find joy in our own thoughts and reflections, and to fulfill our own needs without relying on others. This not only makes us more resilient in the face of challenges, but also allows us to build a deeper and more authentic relationship with ourselves. Creativity and solitude, a space for innovation. Now let's explore how solitude can be a fertile ground for creativity. Throughout history, many of the world's greatest artists, writers, and thinkers have used solitude as a space for creative exploration. For instance, Henry David Thoreau famously retreated to a cabin in the woods to write Walden, a reflection on simple living in natural surroundings. Thoreau's time alone allowed him to connect with his thoughts and creativity in a way that would not have been possible amidst the distractions of society. Creativity flourishes in solitude because it provides the mental space needed to explore new ideas and perspectives. When we are alone, we are free from the judgments and expectations of others, allowing our imagination to run wild. This is why many creative individuals, like Julia Cameron, author of The Artist's Way, advocate for spending time alone to engage in creative pursuits. Cameron encourages practices like journaling, painting, and other forms of artistic expression as a means of accessing the deeper layers of the mind and fostering emotional healing. But creativity in solitude is not limited to artistic endeavors. It also plays a crucial role in problem-solving and innovation. When we are alone, our minds are more likely to enter a state of flow, a term coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi to describe a state of complete immersion in an activity. In this state, our focus is heightened and we are able to think more deeply and creatively about the challenges we face. For example, consider a scientist working on a complex problem. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, they might struggle to find the time and mental space needed to come up with innovative solutions. However, by retreating into solitude, they can immerse themselves in the problem, allowing their mind to explore different possibilities without interruption. This process of deep, focused thinking often leads to breakthroughs that would not have been possible in a more distracted environment. The role of mindfulness in solitude. While solitude can be a powerful tool for creativity and self-discovery, it is important to approach it with mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. When we bring mindfulness into our experience of solitude, we are able to deepen our self-awareness and make the most of the time we spend alone. According to Jon Kabat-Zinn, a pioneer in mindfulness-based stress reduction, mindfulness allows us to wake up to the reality of our lives by becoming more aware of our inner world. In solitude, this means paying attention to the thoughts and emotions that arise, observing them without getting caught up in them. This practice helps us to gain insight into our patterns of thinking and behavior, allowing us to make more conscious choices in our lives. Mindfulness also enhances the quality of our creative work. By being fully present in the moment, we are able to tap into a deeper level of creativity, one that is not hindered by distractions or self-criticism. This is particularly important when engaging in activities like writing, painting, or playing an instrument, where the flow of creativity can be easily disrupted by negative thoughts or external pressures. One way to incorporate mindfulness into your solitude is through meditation. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can help to clear the mind and create a sense of inner calm. As meditation expert Sharon Salzberg explains, meditation is not about stopping thoughts, but recognizing that they are just thoughts and letting them pass. By practicing meditation regularly, we can develop a greater sense of detachment from our thoughts, allowing us to focus more fully on our creative and reflective pursuits. Another mindfulness technique that can be particularly effective in solitude is mindful walking. This involves paying attention to the sensations of walking, the feeling of the ground beneath your feet, and the sounds of your environment. As Thich Nhat Hanh, a renowned Zen master, teaches, walking meditation is a way to bring our mind back to our body. This practice not only grounds us in the present moment, but also allows us to connect more deeply with our surroundings, sparking new insights and ideas. Embracing solitude as a lifelong practice. As we have seen, solitude offers numerous benefits, from self-knowledge and creativity to self-sufficiency and mindfulness. However, it is important to recognize that solitude is not just a one-time experience, but a lifelong practice. To truly transform ourselves through solitude, we must make it a regular part of our lives. This means carving out time for solitude on a regular basis, even if it is just a few minutes each day. It means being intentional about how we spend our time alone, whether it is through meditation, creative pursuits, or simply reflecting on our thoughts and feelings. And it means embracing solitude as a valuable and necessary part of our journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. As philosopher Henry David Thoreau once noted, "I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude." By embracing solitude, we allow ourselves to become our own best companion, finding joy and fulfillment within ourselves rather than seeking it from external sources. Ultimately, the journey of solitude is a journey of self-discovery. It is a path that leads us to a deeper understanding of who we are, what we value, and how we can live more authentically in the world. So the next time you find yourself alone, instead of fearing the solitude, embrace it. Use it as an opportunity to connect with yourself, to reflect, to create, and to grow. In doing so, you may just discover that those moments alone are not about isolation, but about the incredible potential for transformation that lies within you. Thank you for watching this video. If you found value in the content, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. By doing so, you can help others resonate with these insights and gain the same benefits from solitude that you've discovered today.